Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kicks, and today I'm going to be bringing you the performance review on A'ja Wilson's first signature shoe with Nike, the Nike A1. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and also hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. Also, if you did want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box below. If you do purchase through that link, it does help me out directly, which just, helps me bring you guys more videos just like this one. So please, if you do want to purchase through the link, it's very much appreciated. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Nike A1 features like this segmented multi-directional traction pattern, and it actually reminds me a lot of what they used on the KD12, which I have right here. It's kind of similar, almost identical traction patterns. And how does it perform? It performs really, really well. If you are playing on your clean courts, you're gonna have absolutely no issues whatsoever. You're gonna have very, very nice hard stops. It has a very hard bite, and you're gonna be absolutely good to go on those cleaner courts. I will say, on dustier courts, you will have to wipe from time to time. This thing does pick up dust, like you can kind of see the dust just like accumulating on the nubs. But the good thing is, just do a quick wipe every so often and you should still have pretty damn good traction. Just make sure that you don't let too much dust accumulate. Obviously, you might have like a slide to a stop if you do let that happen. So yeah, on dustier courts, just do the occasional wipe and you should still have pretty good traction. Overall traction on this shoe was good. You just gotta wipe a little bit on the dustier courts. So moving on to the cushion, the Nike A1 features a full-length Cushlon 3.0 midsole. That is like this exposed area right here. I'm pretty sure this is Cushlon, and this white foam that we see on the outside is some sort of carrier foam. I'm going to assume that it's basically a Phylon or some sort of basic Nike foam. And how does it feel? The cushion in here is actually pretty damn good, especially for the price. You do have a good amount of impact protection in the heel and in the forefoot. You do get a little springiness and bounciness out of it too, which is awesome. I will say though, you do lose a little bit of court feel in the shoe. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. I think I still felt plenty quick in the shoe, so take that with a grain of salt. But I mean, yeah, the Cushlon 3.0 in here feels really, really nice. And the fact that you can get it at this price point is awesome. So yeah, I would say the Cushlon 3.0 provides like a pretty balanced ride in terms of cushioning setup. It's not overly bouncy, not too responsive, but you still get that impact protection and a little bit of springiness out of it. So yeah, the Cushlon 3.0 in here is nice. Just, if you're expecting a lot of impact protection, you're not gonna get that. It has a good amount. So yeah, overall, the cushion in the A1 is nice. So moving on to the materials, the Nike A1 features a couple of different materials. It is mainly a textile upper. You do have like this, I'm not even sure what type of textile it is. I'm sure there's like a mesh like layer underneath. On top of it, you do have like this almost screen mesh feeling material. You do also have like these other panels of, I believe, synthetic leather, specifically around where the eyelets are. So, when you do crank down your laces, you won't be ripping through the holes, which is awesome. You do have like additional fuse panels in the higher wear areas, like on this toe box area. So if you do like to drag your toes, whenever you're doing like a plant or a cross, whatever it is, you're gonna be fine there as well. Moving towards the back, you do have like this little hit of like actual mesh on the back heel of the shoe, which feels fine as well. Moving to the tongue, you do have a regular mesh tongue, and it does have a good amount of padding. So if you do like to crank down your laces, you won't feel the laces digging into the top of your foot, which is awesome. You do also have these wide flat laces to help alleviate that pressure as well. So overall, the material usage on the Nike A1, although it's nothing like extremely special, in terms of the performance, it does get the job done very, very well. And in terms of the quality for this price point, I'm not gonna complain either. So moving on to the fit, the Nike A1, I would say does run true to size. I am a slightly wide footer, and I actually got two pairs. I have the Indigo Girl pair, which is like the blue one, and I have this one. And in the blue pair, I went up a half size, and this pair, I went true to size. And personally, as a slightly wide footer, I would probably go up a half size. I could get away with playing in this, but I will say there are definitely times where I felt my foot cramping, especially in the forefoot area. And this kind of happens just because I can't really have like too much customizability or adjustability in the forefoot area in terms of like how to lace it, because it is like so cinched up here. So Yeah, if you do have slightly wide feet, I would personally recommend going up a half size. If you have wide feet, definitely go up a half size. As far as normal footers and narrow footers, you could probably get away with going true to size and you'll have a nice snug fit. But for me personally, I, prefer going up a half size. It was just way more comfortable for me. And as far as any like support or containment issues, between going up a half size or going true to size for me, I had the same issue anyways. So yeah, me personally, as a slightly wide footer, I think going up a half size is a move. But besides the actual sizing of the shoe, I actually really enjoyed the fit in here. It is very, very padded and cushioned, and it's very snug. You have like no dead space up in the toe box area, and you do also have a half booty upper, which gives you as close of a 1-to-1 fit as possible. So yeah, I mean, overall, the fit in here is very snug. So yeah, even going up a half size, still felt very, very comfortable and was nice and snug on the foot. I just didn't have that pinching pain in the forefoot area. So just reiterating that, if you have a narrow foot or normal foot, go true to size. If you have anything wider than that, I would say going up a half size is probably your best bet. So moving on to the support, I really only had one issue in terms of the support in the A1, and this happened when I went true to size or going up a half size, and only in my right shoe. And if you all have watched my videos, you kind of already know where I'm going with this, but I did have a very, very minimal amount of heel slippage in my right shoe. Even though you do have an internal heel counter and like decent sculpting, I did feel my heel slide up and down just a little bit in my right shoe. My left shoe was perfectly fine, so this is probably more of a me problem than anything, but just keep that in mind. You could potentially run into that same issue. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, I didn't have any issues there. The materials do a great job in making sure your foot is nice and planted on that footbed. You're not gonna be sliding around. In terms of hard lateral movements, you're gonna be covered there as well. You do have a fairly wide base, and this foam does protrude out to basically form an outrigger, so you aren't gonna be rolling over on those hard lateral movements. And then as far as torsional rigidity and stability goes, this is pretty damn stiff and rigid. I'm fairly certain there is some sort of like shank plate in here. So yeah, you're gonna be covered there as well. So overall, the support in the Nike A1 was good. Just watch out for that very small heel slippage issue. Like I said, it was only in my right shoe for me, so you may or may not experience the same problem. So the Nike A1, I think at least when I got it, it retailed for $110, but Nike has since increased the prices of their shoes, or like majority of the shoes, by like $5 to $10 due to tariffs. And I think that the A1 is now $115. But even for $115, I do think this is a very solid shoe. Me personally, like it's nice. This is something that I could definitely fit into my rotation depending on like what I want out of my shoe. But I mean, this does everything pretty damn well. The cushion is solid, the traction is great. The materials, like I said, for the price are really good as well. I mean, the only issue that I really ran into is the fact that, I do have a little bit of heel slippage in my right shoe. But overall, for A'ja Wilson's first signature shoe with Nike, this is a banger. The only thing that you might not like about the shoe is it is a little bit on the bulkier side. Like I mentioned, it is very cushioned, very padded in the shoe, and you definitely feel that extra weight. Not to say that this is a heavy shoe, but if you're comparing it to something super light, like the 361 BioSpeed BB, or something that's just a more minimalistic shoe, or just lighter shoe in general, you'll definitely feel that difference. But you do feel really, really good in the shoe. Like I said, this is overall a very, very balanced shoe, and it is a great performer on court. Like I mentioned earlier, if you do want to buy a pair of these, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description box below. And if you do purchase through that, it does help me out directly, which is very much appreciated. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If y'all like this video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. Please smash that thumbs up button for me and leave a comment, as those really do help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.